Hey roofing contractors, I have people apply to work with me all the time thinking the only way they can grow their roofing business is to get more leads. And today I want to show you why that's just not true. So, if you don't know, my name is George Roros. I'm the CEO of Volume Up Agency. And what we do here is we help roofing contractors who are committed to their growth do that with a suite of solutions from lead generation to optimizing their downstream pipeline to increasing their sales. Whatever it is that we think you may need to grow your business, we're able to help you with that. At the end of the day, that's not what we're here for. Here we are going to be talking about really what it looks like to grow your roofing business and why you don't necessarily need to generate more leads to grow your business. So we're going to dive into that right now with a quick calculator that I built out. If you want this calculator, by the way, just leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to send it your way. So we're going to hop over to my computer and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so here we are. Again, what we're going to be talking about is why you don't necessarily need to get more leads in order to grow your business. And at the end of the day, why you don't need more leads to increase the amount of money that you make. Right, and this is kind of counterintuitive because that's what we do for roofing contractors, but that's okay. I want to show you that getting more leads rather, is not the only way to grow your business. And for those of you that don't know yet, right, I am a huge fan of Google Sheets for doing these sort of representations. So if you have any questions, of course, let me know. We're going to walk through this and look at a few different ways you can increase your business, grow your business, without necessarily increasing the number of leads that are generated. And so what we're going to do for this example is we're just going to assume that we're generating 50 leads a month on average, right? Maybe you're generating more, maybe you're generating less. We're going to look at the other levers you can pull in order to grow your business without spending more on marketing, right? And so what that looks like is there's a ton of different ways you can do this. But as business owners, right, running a sales process, what we need to look at are the numbers not only on the front end, right, how many leads is our marketing generating, but also on the back end, how are those opportunities being nurtured and how are they being brought into sales, right? Because if you're generating leads but not nurturing them, at the end of the day, you're just blowing cash, which if you're cool doing that, I'm not here to judge. I personally don't like wasting money, right? So we're going to talk about what needs to happen on the back end really to have a successful sales pipeline and a lead generation pipeline and all that sort of stuff, and how you can actually pull these levers on the back end to make more money without spending more on ads. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So again, we're going to be saying we have 50 leads a month coming in. Right, on the front end, this number is going to stay the same, right? So the difference here is going to be 0. You're going to have two differences. The first is just the raw difference, and the second is the percent increase or decrease that happens by pulling these different levers, right? And so in our business, right, we're going to have a few different metrics we should be tracking, right? If we're generating leads online, we should 100% be tracking how many of those leads we're converting into appointments. Right, and we should be setting a minimum KPI for our teams or for ourselves, right, if we're still doing this ourselves, of what we need to hit for us to have a profitable lead generation and sales pipeline. Now, that being said, we're going to start off with just a base booking rate of 30%. I've seen people with 30% booking rates go to 75% booking rates just by implementing better lead nurture processes. Not going to be talking about that today in this video, but if you guys do want to learn more about that, what a proper lead nurture process, lead response management, all that sort of fancy jargon, what that means and what that should look like for your business, right, and what it looks like for ours and the companies that work with us, drop a comment down below and I'll be happy to make another video about that. That being said, again, let's assume that our current lead nurture process is so-so, and we're converting about 30% of our leads into appointments. What that would mean is from 50 leads, we're extracting 15 appointments per month. And the first lever we're going to try to pull is this one, but let's go through the other ones first. The second lever is your appointment booked to closed ratio. Right, and on average in the roofing industry, you're going to see a good close rate be around 20 to 27%. Higher than that, you got a superstar. Lower than that, you got trash. So fire them. Again, I'm just kidding. Work on your team as you see fit. I'm not here to preach today. I'm just here to show you some numbers and hopefully open your mind to what's possible and how you can grow your business without spending more money on advertising. So with that being said, right, we got 25% close rate is what we're going to assume here, right? That's another lever we can pull is increasing or decreasing that close rate. Revenue per deal, that's another lever that we can pull as a business owner. We can increase our prices and we can decrease our prices, right? We'll talk about that in a second. And then gross margin, right, which would kind of be tied to, right, increasing or decreasing our revenue, right? But we're going to talk about what a simple increase in gross margin means at the end of the day for your business, right? So first things first, let's dive into lead to appointment, right? And by the way, if you guys don't know what these terms mean, let me know. Happy to explain. Not a big deal. Took me a while to figure out as well. So lead to appointment, right? We got a 30% lead to appointment ratio. Let's say that we even increase our lead to appointment ratio by 10%. So we're going to change our appointment booking rate from 30% to 40%. Let's look at what that does down pipeline, right? So you can see lead to appointment, we were doing 30% before, we're doing 40% now. That gave us 5 more appointments over the course of the month, which is 33% more appointments than you were doing previously. Simply by pulling this one lever, right? We're not touching anything else yet, but we'll get into that. We'll get into what each one looks like separately and then what it looks like together. But good business owners know, right? Making the tiniest tweak in one area of your business, if you leverage your business properly, can have massive upswings or massive downswings if done wrong, right? So again, we increased our appointment rate by 40%. That added 5 more appointments with our 50 leads we're generating a month. And we haven't spent an extra dime on ads, right? We're still generating the same amount of leads, still spending the same amount of money. That's great, that's fine and dandy, right? But what does that look like downstream, right? Let's say we keep the same 25% booking rate, or 25% close rate, right? It's 428 here, and I've only had 2 coffees, so pardon me if I trip over myself. But yeah, so appointment to close, right? Still, 25% close rate is what we have. Just by changing the appointment booking rate, we've added 1 more sale to our business that month, right? So we went from 4 sales a month to 5 sales a month, which in the roofing industry, right, if our average contract value is $15,000, is going to result in $15,000 more dollars to our top line. So going from doing an average of $60,000 a month to $75,000 a month. And like, okay, it's $15,000. That's not that big of a deal. Let's do that math over the course of a year, right? So let's do let's do revenue over the course of the year. So if we're doing on average $60,000 a month times 12 months, that's a $720,000 business, right? If we increase our close rate and we get 1 more job a month at $15,000 per contract, right? Not saying that's yours. If it's 10,000, put 10,000 in here, right? 1 more, that takes us from a $720,000 business to a $900,000 business, which is a $180,000 increase in your business without spending any more on advertising, just simply by running a better lead nurture process to increase your booking rate, right? By 10%, right? Which is a marginal amount of work to add $180,000 to your business, right? And it's free if you do it right, right? Or if you're paying people, obviously there's overhead, but you're paying those people anyway, right? So it's technically free. Right, so that's great, right? George, we increased our close rate by 10%, right? Now we have 5 deals a month, right? That's cool, that's fine and dandy. Let's look at changing another lever, right? So I'm going to revert this back to 30%. So we have a $0 change, right, year over year. Right, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and look at changing our close rate, right? Let's say we increase our close rate by only 5%, right? I'm going to do that right here, right? Same thing happens. Right, same result, right? So we changed our appointment rate by 10%. That got us to another job. We changed our close rate. We only increased it by 5%, right? Closing 5% more people, right? So for every 100 people you go in with, closing 5 more deals, right? And actually get in the door with, right? So we got a 30% close rate now, right? What that did is that gave us that 1 more job. So same result at the end of the day. Right, just by pulling that 1 lever, we added $180,000 to our business. How do you increase your close rate? Running a proper selling system and continually analyzing your selling system, analyzing your sales team, right, and seeing what you can do to help them improve. Right, and there's a lot that goes into that. That could be a whole other 3-hour segment that I do. Not going to do it today. This is meant to be a short video, already going on 8 minutes here. But anyway, again, same result. We got $75,000 added to our business. Right, and bottom line, right, with a 30% gross margin, right, this isn't including overhead, but after cost of goods sold, material, and labor, you made $22,000 off those 50 leads instead of $18,000, right? So that's a $4,500 increase. So we got all this here. That's cool, fine, and dandy. See the increase. Let's change this back again, right? 25%, right? So we're back to 4 closed deals, right? Let's say we want to do, again, just increase to the same amount, right? Adding 1 more deal's worth of revenue to our business. So what we're going to do now is we're going to change our actual average ticket value per job, right? And so to get to 75,000, we're gonna have to increase our ticket by about, or our contract value by about $3,750, I believe. Let me try that out, see if it's right. 7, 5. Cool. Right, so now we're still getting the same 4 jobs. We're still getting the same number of appointments. We've just increased our average contract value, right? We've added about $3,750 to our average contract value. And again, same result, an additional $180,000 a year, right? Adding $4,500 a month to our gross profit, right? Which is awesome. And then again, right, let's say we want to keep the same $22,000 in gross margin, right, without increasing our ticket. That's going to be really hard to do, but let's say it's possible. Give me one sec here. Right, we're going to change this back, right, so this will be 15,000, so there's no difference here. Right, we're still doing $60,000 top line in order to still get that $22,500, right, bottom line. What we're going to need to do is just increase our margin by 7.5%, not 37,000, right? And that'll get us to $22,500, right? $4,500 more in gross profit every single month, right? And so that's fine, that's dandy and all. What we have to do here though is probably cutting corners, right? If we're not going to be increasing our price and we're trying to increase our margin, we're cutting corners, we're cutting costs. That's not something I ever recommend doing in a roofing business. I just wanted to show you that that is an example of one lever you can pull to change the amount of money you're making in your business, again, without increasing lead flow. Right, so we're going to come back down here. I'm going to move this back to 30%. Right, this can be whatever your gross margin is per job. Right, so gross would be post anything, any variable costs that happen by you having a job. Right, so labor, materials, licenses, all that sort of stuff. Right, so with that being said, we're going to go in and we're going to make these small marginal changes in every single one of the levers that we have to pull as a roofing business. So we're going to increase our booking rate to 40%, right? So that takes us from 15 appointments to 20 and 5 jobs. We're going to increase our close rate to 30%, right? Brings us up to 6, right? Let's increase, just with that increase, right? We've already added $360,000 a year to our business. Again, without spending any more money on leads. This is what I'm trying to get through to you, is you don't need more leads to grow your business. You need to make sure this pipeline's running efficiently and then scale your leads, right? Because then you'll have the cash to do it. So with that being said, again, 30 to 40%, right, lead to appointment ratio. And I've seen people get as high as 70, which that really, really, really increases the amount of money you're doing every year. We're just going to assume you're going to increase to 40%, right? Appointment to close. And I've seen people do this, by the way, go to 70% from a 30% appointment booking rate just by having a better lead nurture process. Again, not what we're talking about here today. We increased our appointment to close by 30%, right? So now we have both of these increases, these levers that we pulled, stacking on top of each other to not add just one more job a month, but 2, which adds an additional $30,000 a month top line. Again, if our average ticket is $15,000. If it's 12, it's going to be different, etc. Right, and now let's say we increase our lead, our average contract value to $18,750, like we did in the other example. Right, we've now added $52,500 to our business. We've almost doubled our business without spending an extra dime on ad spend. Right, all with the same gross margin. So if you were to make these incremental small changes in improving your lead nurture process and improving your sales process, in being able to charge more per job and charge what you're worth, right? Because if you're watching this, I assume you want to grow your roofing business, and I assume you're probably trying to do a good job for the homeowners you work with, right? So charging what you're worth. Just doing those 3 little changes, right? Increasing that booking rate, right? Increasing your close rate and slightly increasing your average contract value, you've now doubled your business. Right, almost doubled your business. So you've gone from $60,000 a month to $112,500 per month. Previously doing about $18,000 gross and now you're doing about $33,750. Right, great. It's a $15,000 difference at the end of the day. Over the course of a year, though, that takes you from a $720,000 business to you now, congratulations, breaking into being $1 million a year business. all again without getting more leads. I hear so many contractors every day say, hey, we need more leads, which is great for my business, right? But it's not the only way to grow your business. And I want to be completely transparent with you guys about that up front, right? There's other ways to grow your business simply by improving the back end processes of how you handle the leads that you've been given, or the leads that you've generated rather. So yeah, this was all I wanted to show you guys today. Was really the levers you guys can pull in your business to increase the amount of revenue you're generating without spending more on ad spend, right? So we can increase a few things. One is increasing the number of leads that we book into an appointment, right? And the way we do that is by improving our lead nurturing and following a proper lead response management system, right? We do that for our clients here at Volume Up Agency to help them go from 30% booking rates to 70% booking rates, right? That's neither here nor there. Again, increasing appointment to close. Just a 5% difference in your close rate, depending on the number of leads you have, is going to be an extra job a month, which at the end of the day is nothing to scoff at, right? And as we go higher, right, let's say we're doing 100 leads a month, right, that'll add 2 jobs a month, right? It's exponentially growing, right? But we want to make sure we have these systems in place so we can start to scale this profitably, right? So we got that, and then increasing the amount we charge per job, right? I see roofing contractors out there that their average ticket is $22,000 per contract, and I see roofing contractors out there that are charging $8,000 per contract, right? So at the end of the day, increasing this isn't going to be the thing that kills your business, right? So really, those are 3 levers you can pull to grow your business, right? So if you guys have any questions about that, of course, feel free to let me know. Again, my name is George Oro, CEO of Volume Up Agency, and I hope you leave today 1% better than you came.